going on, y'all? It's your boy Wisco Man coming at ya with another reaction video. If you guys haven't already, please be sure to smash that like button down below. Go ahead and treat that comment section like the live chat. Hit that sub and flip them notifications over to all. Now we're checking out some Upchurch. Before we jump into this, just want to say something quick. I never realized until a recent Instagram video from church that there's a good possibility, and this is just theory of mine, but the certain situation where somebody's showing up at his house, right? Not to make this super drama, but somebody showing up at his house in the middle of the night is exactly how he said that, and I was like, oh wait, church has a song called Middle of the Night. I wonder, maybe I'm reading in too far, but I wonder if that might have been one of the themes behind that song, and not exactly what I originally thought the theme behind that song was. But, like I said, maybe I'm switching meaning on something, but interesting play on words if that's true. So, that being said, just wanted to mention that. It was interesting to me. Throw it in the comments if you guys see what I'm talking about. But, hell, even if you disagree. This one, he dropped a day ago. It's called Exposing Mainstream Music Part 1. And, honestly, dude, I was doing a little bit of the stuff with Jessie B. I believe 2 videos she had released that I reacted to, and I was super interested on the topic. I know Church has mentioned in the past, and I'm positive he wasn't really talking about me by any means, because, I mean, I'm nobody. But my point is, he's mentioned it in the past that you know, Jimmy Martin and various other people have already kind of covered all this shit. Covered a lot of exposing the mainstream. So, that being said, I'm curious what Church has to say, because I know he's got some insights on this. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump up in this one. Get my camera and Lego.
First thing I want to say in this video is this. Who an artist is or becomes to the world is not based on just what the artist was able to do vocally. It's not just that artist's ideas they had. It's way more than that. It's a lot of things, but the main thing that makes an artist who that artist is to the world is a connection. And that connection is the ability to create an emotional impact with other humans that stands the test of time. And this impact that is created between the artist and the listeners was created and built on words. The artist's resilience to stand on their words also determines who they become to the world. But here's the thing. How resilient of an artist can you be with this impact that you built with words if other people's words about you can affect your impact and affect who you are to the world? And listen, I get it. I know exactly what you're thinking. Well, everyone has a different opinion on music. 100.
Yeah, like you said, 100%. But yeah, the one thing I try to focus on, and I'm definitely not innocent of being affected by comments and whatnot. Try to be, and that's the goal. But, you know, I hear that a lot from Rogan. Anybody who listens to Rogan, you know, say what you want, whatever. But I've heard that a lot from Rogan, that he kind of just, like Instagram or whatever, he drops a post and ignores the comments. Like, there's no sense. There's a fucking cesspool of bullshit. Not that everybody's negative, but there's a lot of it there. And if you don't let that negativity in your life, it's a lot better. So that's my advice to anybody getting too affected by the comments is to refer to Joe's advice for sure. And that's a constant practice for me that I'm working on.
100%. But what do you do when entire record labels are after you to discredit you? What do you do when there are fake articles on the internet that are not even true about you, that are pushed out to the masses, while the same exact record label companies and big-ass corporations are in fact paying to ruin everything you're using to get your word out? Paying for bot comments to be put on your YouTube account. So your YouTube account is flagged as a bot account. So it's your...
That's still fucking messed up, dude. I know that kind of calls back to some of the Redneck Nation shit, if y'all recall that instance, but I don't know why other people want to tear other people down. I mean, obviously it's money motivated, but it's just like, people need to have better fucking values, dude.
Restricted, shadow banned, whatever you want to call it. Every time you make an Instagram account, get it to 1 million, 2 million followers, and they get a bunch of people to flag it over and over till it's unrightfully deleted. You gotta start over. Every time an independent artist releases an album, and maybe that week their album is sitting at number 1, you turn on the radio. The radio is talking about the charting positions of that very week that album set number 1. And on the radio, they're about to list all the hottest albums of this week. You're looking at the same list they are. They go to read the list off,
And they skip
they
it.
don't mention your name. They go straight to number 2, and they start listing everyone except for you. Why? Because you're an independent artist. You're not attached to a record label or nothing.
Labels
So they
own
just
it.
act like you're not there and read a false, incorrect list. Well,
It's one of the reasons why I don't really listen to the radio too much unless I'm at work and don't have access to my own music. For some reason, like, what's the point? You know, don't get me wrong. I listen to the radio from time to time just to fill the space or whatever. You know, 93.3 or 106.7, country or alternative are my two main ones here near Denver. But yeah, dude, I don't listen to the radio because it's, even before I learned all this, it just felt like bullshit. It felt like forced, you know, especially the amount of fucking replays of the same damn song over and over and over in just a couple hours.
that's where your resilience comes in. You still have to stand on those words
Straight up.
that you and them listeners built. But here's the thing. The listeners are not going to stand on the words like the artist is. We don't get to choose who's gullible and who's not. Is it their fault that they're gullible? No, some people are just like that. Are they at fault for believing any of the stuff that's said about you on the internet? No. They don't have time in the day to look through all this stuff to see the truth. They see bits and pieces. As a human, they make their assumption. And sometimes people will stop supporting you and stop listening to you based on nothing. Based on hearsay. Who makes all this hearsay happen? The record labels. They are the discrediting process to move an independent artist not attached to them out of the way. And why are they doing that? Money. If they offer you $30 million and you say no, and you get on the internet and laugh at them, make jokes about them,
Hurts their feelings.
they're gonna retaliate. And you know, a lot of people have quote unquote exposed the industry. What is a lot of these people's version of exposing the industry?
Yeah, now he's kind of getting into some of what he's talked about on Instagram. I'm curious what he's got to say.
It's telling you something about the industry. That's it. That's hearsay, technically. But it's a different day and age now. We can document this stuff and prove it.
Yep.
If you are proving something that you're saying, it's different than just saying it. Now, now what if you're saying it, proving it with actual data and proof, numbers, and then you're promoting it to all these upcoming artists? That's a big fucking problem, right? If that's what you're doing to the record labels, you're not just taking $10 million out of their pocket. You're not just taking $100 million out of their pocket. You're taking money out of their pocket for the rest of history. Because eventually, it would be a domino effect that would get rid of the record labels, and the record labels would cease to exist. They would be...
One can only hope that people would catch on after a little bit and be like, oh, this is bullshit, I don't want to put up with this. Because at the end of the day, the customer speaks volumes just in the actions of where they decide to go. So if you stop listening to their bullshit, you stop buying their bullshit, you can change something. But unfortunately, I have a feeling that a good chunk of society, if not the majority, chooses to just not care. And fuck it, I'll listen to it anyway. Whatever. I knew this shit already, But if you really want to stand on your values and you want genuine music, genuine artists, real fucking shit, like, you gotta stand on your fucking beliefs, bro. You gotta stand on it through your actions.
taking money out of their pocket for the rest of history. Because eventually, it would be a domino effect that would get rid of the record labels, and the record labels would cease to exist. They would be no more. They'd be gone. Because at that point, if you can prove the gatekeeping, the corruption, and the sabotage of the music industry, and the artists, the artists are getting fucked. And if they learn that, who's going to sign up for it? Nobody. And by that time, at that rate, which it's already happening now, people are learning to do it all on their own. Do you know what they're doing while all y'all are sitting here learning to do it on your own? They're trying to figure out how they can make you not be able to do it on your own. So think about this. If what independent artists, real independent artists, have done in the past 5 to 10 years is making the music industry, record label CEOs, whole fucking scheme unravel at a really fast rate, what is their next move? I've already told y'all their next move. Go back on my YouTube account and you'll see it. It was 8 months to a year ago I said this. I said, well guys, the next thing they're gonna do is make fake independent artists.
Yeah, you did.
They're doing it right now. Just recently started. They're rolling out. Fake independent artists. They're really with record labels. There's just no paper anywhere.
And that's something I questioned it earlier because I'd always heard of independent artists a long time ago, like a whole, I guess that's what the indie scene is, if I understand correctly. But that never really fully made sense to me either, because you're still backed by some group, you know what I mean? So truly, in my opinion, if there's a indie label itself is the identity of not being independent. Independent, the definition is by yourself, or at least with your own little group of friends or, people that support you, not necessarily like some company pushing you. Like, you can just tell the difference in promo, you know what I mean?
They're doing it right now. Just recently started. They're rolling out. Fake independent artists. They're really with record labels. There's just no paper anywhere that you know of. It wasn't this big, oh, look, promotion, they signed with this person. Nope. It's... They look independent, but they're not. That's why, with the whole country rap lane right now, there's this big, what the fuck is going on? You'll see an independent artist doing some mainstream shit, hanging out with mainstream people, and everybody's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Is this independent or mainstream? It's both.
You know, and to that note, I know what he's talking about, which makes it less independent, but in theory, one would hope that the labels would stop their bullshit, stop icing people out, stop trying to be the control of the entire industry, which, whatever. Some people say that's capitalism. I personally don't think capitalism has to be that way. It's one of the reasons why you have such opposition to capitalism is because of the dirty corruption. But one would think that in a perfect world, independent artists could work with any artist, including label artists, and it not have to be a big deal. No extra contract shit. Like, hey, this is good for both of us. You know what I mean? Like, somebody else's success, and this kind of goes on a personal note too. Like, the people who think that somebody else's personal success means less success for them, like, that's just a fucked up mindset.
I already told you the plan. They're doing it right now. Now, if there's fake independent artists, and there's this big exposure going on, right? It's unraveling at a really fast rate. Then what's next? They get a mainstream artist working with some fake independent artists to put a cap on all this exposure. They're exposing all of it. No. They're really putting a cap on it because it's being actually exposed by actual independent artists at such a fast rate. They have to cap it off somehow. This is their idea to do it. Fake independent artists. And they're gonna expose everything and cap it off so you never question it ever again. When really, it's two mainstream record labels' idea. They're gonna condemn one of them and have it be the fall guy. They're gonna be the blame for this exposure. And this company's gonna go away. When really, the guy that owns this company is gonna team up with this guy that owns the other company that's playing the good guy. And they're just gonna condemn the bad one over here. Oh man, that guy he exposed him. No. He teamed up with the other one. And once you think it's all exposed, you don't question it no more. But first, what do they gotta do? They gotta discredit the motherfuckers who are actually exposing the shit. Who's actually bringing down these big ass fucking corporations that are gatekeeping the shit. I mean, hey, what are you gonna say? Upchurch, you don't know what you're talking about. You're what? I'm what? Am I some discrediting story that somebody made up and pushed everywhere? Uh-oh. Yeah. Upchurch, I just find it weird that, like, you come in contact with all these people and you just fuck them over. Sounds like another discrediting story made by somebody. No, it actually happened. Oh. Yeah, those people weren't anyone who works for a record label at all. Or are they? This one's really gonna sink in. Don't you think it's funny? I fucked over all these people, right? How come every single one of them is in the music industry? Or does music? Where's one person that don't do music? Oh, nowhere. Damn, what are the odds of that? Now, last year, look what happened. Around the time I said, hey guys, this is their plan. Here it comes. What starts happening? Yeah, mainstream artists. Fake independent artists start showing up to my house. What are they saying? bro, why? Can you change your opinion on this? Can you maybe not say that on the internet? Why? Is it?
Yeah, I have always found it odd that people don't want him to state his opinion on the internet. Like, it's his fucking platform. Let him say what he wants. If it's not true, disprove it. Don't try to stop him from saying it. It'd look a lot more suspicious if you just prove otherwise. Meaning suspicious of, people would be suspicious of church if you could prove him wrong. But clearly that's not what's happening.
They say, bro, why? Can you change your opinion on this? Can you maybe not say that on the internet? Why? Is it making something crumble? Is it fucking a plan up somewhere? Am I pre-fucking up this fake exposure plan y'all got to put a cap on it? Asking motherfuckers what they capsize. So if I'm sitting here, one of the biggest independent artists in the world, and I've turned down all these millions of dollars so I can sit here and show all these young and upcoming cats how to cut out the record label and become one of the biggest independent artists in the world. Millions of dollars you made by yourself without this record label giving you millions of dollars. And if I'm sitting here teaching this stuff, and one of the things that they do, you have to teach people is, yo, look, all y'all listeners, these record labels are gonna try to discredit me so this doesn't happen. Then what do? Then what's their next move is retaliation. Get people to come to your house that's involved with them. Hey, Bubba, don't you love me, Bubba? Can you stop saying that on the internet, Bubba?
I wonder who he's talking about there. I know somebody who talks like that.
What's the other one do? Dude, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with Upchurch, man. We're trying to do unity. Funny. I've been trying to do that the whole time.
You know who that one is, too.
They just magically pop up with this unity idea and all this stuff. And oh, time out. You can't forget to add some discrediting in there. Well, that's right. What'd you see last week? They all make videos. Ryan, you're wrong. Upchurch, you're wrong. Upchurch is mean. He's saying all this stuff he won't. Yeah. They're doing it right in front of your eyes right now. And they're banking on all the listeners believing them. Because if this plan works for them, then I'm going to be the only artist in history that got this far fucking the record labels. Is that good for me? Yeah. We can put a cap on what I'm doing right now. I was the biggest threat and the biggest problem to the music industry in history. Is that fair? No. There should be more. There should be other artists in the future that are able to get to my level without them.
I mean, just the same as the motto on the United States. United we stand, divided we fall, you know?
There ain't gonna be none if the listeners don't help. Because that's where the power's at. I told y'all that last week. I said, where's the power at? The power's in you. This is why I said that. Everything I've said in this entire video is true. I've proved time and time again it's true.
Yep.
I've just never sit here and put 2 and 2 together for everybody. For you to see it for yourself.
Right.
Upchurch as an artist, to all y'all out there in the world, is the farthest that any artist has ever gotten without fucking with a record label. That is a absolute fact. So if you got this guy named Upchurch who was born in Nashville, Tennessee, still lives there, reps it in all of his songs. He's out here preaching, saying, yo, these motherfuckers are screwing y'all, bro. You don't have to have them. You can cut them out. What do you think the record label does? They call their record label friends. Hey, we got this guy named Upchurch. He's really fucking up all of our money. He's preaching to these people, showing them how to do it on their own, and we're losing a fuck ton of money. Well, what would their next move be? All their record label buddies would get on the phone and be like, all right, well, we'll just dilute him. We'll send Beyonce down there and Post Malone, and we'll just get everybody we can to start doing this country rap stuff.
Yo, for real.
Why you think all this new country rap shit ain't none of these motherfuckers country? Exactly. Where they all going? Oh yeah, Nashville. Seems like I'm the biggest problem in music history, huh? Apparently. I hope you want other folks like us to be able to not be gatekept. I'm cool where I'm at in history. It's actually better if there's no more of y'all. It makes me an even crazier fucking legendary story.
Right.
But that's not fair. There should be more of y'all. But there ain't gonna be if the listener don't fucking do something about it.
See, and what's funny to me is how they can look at what he's saying and be like, oh, church is against everybody. Does it sound like it? Sounds like he's supporting other people to do similar to what he did coming up. Not need a fucking record label. You know, just let natural music be a thing. You know, instead of force-feeding bullshit.
This isn't just my shit we created. Creek Squad, Creekers, Holla Boys, Holla Girls.
Yep.
We created this. We're the biggest problem to these motherfuckers in music history. Let that sink in.
You know, and I feel like Church does give himself some credit, but I feel like I also need to mention this. Like, dude, I appreciate the hell out of you giving so much credit to Creek Squad and your fan base, but, you know, we couldn't do it without you. Like, the talent you have, the mindset you have, the shit that you've done for people just in creating the music alone or creating the funny videos that you started out with, like, dude, you've helped a lot of people. At a bare minimum, and this is severely under appreciating what you've done, but at a bare minimum, you entertained people. But even bigger than that, like, I can speak for myself. You made a huge impact on my life. Made music that I could relate to that wasn't fitting some form. It was you sharing your life, and I could relate to the things that are similar. You know what I mean? There's stuff you do that I don't do. There's stuff you believe in that I don't believe in. And there's stuff that you do, a lot of stuff that you do and believe in that I feel the same way about. And that's what being human's about, is relating to people and accepting the differences. You know, music is about hearing the story of the artist, not fitting some fucking mold, bro. Like, fitting a mold is just so disingenuous.
Look at all the other ones who started to be a problem. They didn't see him coming. It's funny how these famous people died with all this mysterious shit happening and conspiracy theories. Wonder why. Everything in this video can be backed up, can be seen in plain sight, with all the events that have gone on, up until the one now, where all these fucking pussies are fucking bitching, saying I'm trying to fuck the unity. Anyone who's been watching me forever, you can put 2 and 2 together. Hell, I just did it for you. Like I said, I'm cool with my spot being the biggest problem in music history that ain't been whacked yet. If there ain't no more of y'all, it's better for me. If there is more of y'all, it's better for everyone. That's why I said it's not fair if I'm the last one.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? It's for money? You think I'm doing this for money? I'm a fucking millionaire, bro. I'm a millionaire that don't even fucking need $1 million. I didn't do this for money. That's how I got this far. These motherfuckers are doing this for money. If they cut me off and I never make a good song ever again, it don't matter. I'm a fucking millionaire. Everything I have is paid off. Multiple houses. Fuck ton of cars. Fuck ton of land. I don't need nothing. I think it's fun to teach everybody this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know who don't think it's fun? These other guys. You know when I really knew I was a problem? When Jelly Roll came to my house.
Y'all's mind probably jumped exactly where mine did. Turbulence, your problem.
He said, Bubba, but listen.
Told you I know who he was talking about with Bubba.
Your catalog, we looked at it yesterday up there in the office. And it's worth more than mine. Your catalog's worth $150 million. I said, I don't fucking care. Ask Adam Calhoun. He was sitting right there. Uh-oh. Another connection? I dare either one of them to say I'm lying. They won't. They can't. If they do say I'm lying, they're gonna look really, really dumb. You haven't seen it yet, have you? You haven't seen it the whole time I've been making this video.
I mean, I seen it, but I couldn't make out what it was. Oh, it's hidden behind. Okay.
Huh. It was recording the whole time.
Oh, people are gonna think that's so fucked up. Oh, that's great. Give me 1 second, guys. Cameras hate me. Anyway, yeah, dude. What's funny to me is I know exactly what he was talking about because he was referring to things that people are like, oh, he doesn't have proof. Oh, he doesn't have proof. Notice, none of the people he's accusing are saying he doesn't have proof or saying it's not true because they know better. They don't want to challenge him because then he'll go, here. I mean, shit, I'm all for it. Just drop the shit and be like, hey. But, man, I don't understand all the games. Not church playing games necessarily, but I don't understand why people can't just be genuine. You know, and I didn't know all the people. I didn't know the full story. But I did know a few things. I've heard some things around. It's one of the joys of doing reactions and getting to know people is you hear things. Many things I don't share. Just like when I was doing true crime, like I don't necessarily share everything. And specific to true crime, a lot of it is because if it's hearsay, I don't want to spread something that I don't necessarily have the legal right to display, I'll put it that way. Because it's not necessarily public info. in the case of this, it's just, you hear things, you can connect the dots, you can say certain things, maybe you guys pick up on it. Similar to church doesn't out everything. You know, obviously he knows way more about the shit than I do. But, yeah, man, I just don't... If you get what I'm saying, you get what I'm saying. I'll just leave it at that, rather than make another Wisco rant, you know? So, appreciate y'all being here. If you guys like this reaction, go ahead and smash that like button. As I said, treat the comment section as your personal live chat. Obviously, the responses might not necessarily be so live, but maybe you'll get a response from me. Who knows? Depends on what you say and if there's a response needed. But anyway, be sure to check out Upchurch's page down in the description below. As I said, I really appreciate y'all being here, and we'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.